Indiana Jones with a twinkle and a smile, crafting dreams together in a homemade style. Tinsel on the table and the lights aglow. Let's make magic happen in the fall and snow. Deck the halls with glitter and blue. Make enjoy.
Inspiration for this assemblage came from a coworker of mine, Nori, of our community impact department, and she brought these wonderful biscuits from London, and I thought, what a beautiful canister. When it was emptied, I swiftly took it away and brought it home so that I can create this assemblage, which I will share with her. Searching through my stash, and I found a set of these wooden nutcrackers that were basically perfect for this project, especially this one. He looked exactly like one of those Royal British Guards, which is perfect for this assemblage. After quickly referencing my phone and checking out an actual picture, now I am ready to start painting. So first, of course, I'm painting his slacks, which I initially thought were white, but they're actually black, as well as their boots. Now I have this flocking set that I had bought from Michael's recently, but it is from Folk Art. So I've never flocked before. This is my first flocking, okay? Be kind to me, be gentle. But it is a two-step process where it's a colored or tinted glue. I'm assuming it's like a Mod Podge. It's an adhesive. And so this adhesive, it looks a little pink, but it's supposed to be red. And I guess it doesn't matter because once you put the flocking material on top, which is like a powdery material, but it's supposed to look like it's velvet. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to try it out with this project here. So once again, I have never flocked anything before. This is my very, very first time. So please be kind. After you put step one, you paint the item with step one, which is again a colored or painted tinted adhesive. Immediately you're going to go to step two, which is pouring over the flocking material. Now I'm doing it in small pieces. This is my first time using this, and as you can see, the flocking material does not come out. Oh goodness, I was not very happy with that, but it's okay. I used a dry paintbrush and just patted the flocking material on top. I'm going to be saying flocking a lot. This is one flocking project, I'll tell you that. Anyway, it really was interesting when I first got started. I was trying to time it because you don't want to paint everything and then it dries out. So you want to do it in small bits and pieces so that your flocking material will adhere well. You want to make sure it adheres well. So you want to make sure that it's a nice amount of the adhesive that is on the item or the project that you're trying to paint. Once I got the hang of it, it was very easy. And I am going to see if I can find, I did get another flocking kit. I can't remember. I don't think it was black. I'm hoping it was green. But again, these were on clearance at Michael's and I really, really loved it. I had not seen this on plaid as of yet. So I have to go check out, since I am a plaid ambassador, and see if these flocking kits are available to ambassadors. As I finish with my flocking, and then I let it sit and dry while I take care of the other details of this little soldier. I painted the face and the hands, and now I'm going to add a few little details to that cute little face. Basically, I'm just going to add some eyes, and I'm just using the back of a paintbrush. It's the easiest way to make little dots for his eyes. And I'm going to add a very sophisticated mustache, because I think back in the day, it was a very big thing to have those cute little mustaches, especially for these British soldiers. Lastly, I'm adding all the gold accents to the epaulets and to the sword or the staff that he is using. I am just going to add the little buttons and all the little gold details. I love the fact that I can match this perfectly with the biscuit container, the biscuit tin, which is red, black, and gold for the most part, and a few items that were white, just like this little soldier. Now, because the jacket it had that texture, the velvet texture, I wanted the hat to also have a texture. So I decided to just use a little bit of baking soda to add texture to the hat. Now, this is not flocking. This is not going to have a velvety texture, but it is going to have a rough texture, kind of like the fur that they wear or that they use for these soldiers' hats. And I think it does a very good job at mimicking what the soldier actually wears. Once our British soldier is dry, now it's time to create the assemblage. Now you'll notice that I did put styrofoam inside of the biscuit tin, and for whatever reason it was uneven, but I fixed it up. I added a little wooden plank for the soldier to stand upon. Coincidentally, last year I found this whole set of London-inspired Christmas ornaments for 90% off at Target and decided to buy them. Nobody was buying them, so I thought it was beautiful, and wow, how perfect. I'm so glad I did, because now I can really dress up this assemblage with all the British style that I have in my stash. So using hot glue, I just added some greenery to the edge of this tin, simply so you don't see the styrofoam so readily. And all I used was one of those branches or pine branches that you can get from the Dollar Tree in a big packet, and just glued it down to the very edge of the tin. Now, you see the little piece of wood that I used there? I don't know if you can see it, but that is where I'm attaching the soldier, my little nutcracker soldier, who is so cute. I really love the way he turned out. Now for the Big Ben, I decided I wanted it to be a little higher than the soldier itself. So I had these cute little tiny gifts, and they were perfect for me to just add a little bit more height to Big Ben. How could we possibly add more height to Big Ben? Well, yes, it's possible, and it's very easy, especially since these little gift boxes or gift boxes are actually styrofoam. Now, the same is true for the bottle brush tree that I had. I wanted to give it a little more height, so I did add a skewer to the end of it, just gluing the skewer to the tree itself. And then I'm going to actually place it within this ornament that I had, and I just took the top off of the ornament, and I will be gluing the tree to the inside of that ornament, and it'll look just perfect right behind our little British soldier. Once I've glued the tree to the ornament, now I am gluing it to the actual assemblage. And again, it is styrofoam. What I put inside of the tin is an upside down cone, styrofoam cone from the Dollar Tree, and it worked fine because I was able to glue it down at the bottom and add a little bit of styrofoam around the sides so it would not move around. And there is just the beginning of this adorable assemblage. Next, I added a little teacup and a cookie. I thought a gingerbread cookie would be a perfect addition. I also had these tiny little miniature candy canes. Again, I didn't have to purchase anything because I already had all of this in my stash. If you watch Ginger Chick Rehab, I love Yvonne, and I love all of her inspirations for her assemblages. Now I also have this cute little bear that I found, so I'm going to put the little bear on top of a large ornament as well. And I think he looks absolutely adorable. And the reason I'm putting a teddy bear is in reference to that cute little Paddington bear. I wish I had a cute little Paddington bear to add to this, but that's as best as I could do. But imagine you can make assemblages for anyone you care about, or anyone who has a fascination with these miniature Christmas displays. Especially for someone who doesn't want to have too much decoration, this is a great office desk decoration that you can have for Christmas, and you can have it personalized for yourself or for the person that you're creating this assemblage for. So adding a few little more details, and I think we're done. I think it came out so adorable, and I'm so excited to share this with Nora. Now, I got the greatest surprise in the mail from Grabie. It's a cutout and stick it Christmas book. I absolutely love it. It's a holiday magic book, but it is just absolutely phenomenal. If you saw my promotion of their Halloween book, this is very, very similar. It has everything you want, most especially the most beautiful drawings, paintings, images, all of these, you can use them just as they are and just frame them. Beautiful. Here is a way to make paper snowflakes. I didn't know this is how you cut out paper snowflakes. But not only that, it comes with this beautiful vellum paper that you can use in so many ways during Christmas time. Now, it's a holiday book that has a little bit of everything for everyone. And if you are traveling anywhere with kids, road trips, this is a great way to keep them entertained. Give them a glue stick and some safety scissors and put them in the back with some headphones on. Let them listen to what Peppa Pig or whatever's popular right now. So much fun. But forget the kids. How about for yourself? You need to release a little bit of stress and just do something creative that doesn't necessarily have to be anything. Well, this is the way to do it. You can make tags. You can have so much fun with this. Maybe have a get together with your friends and just have a little crafting afternoon, some coffee and crafting. Who wouldn't mind that? I would love that. You can have so many different ideas of things to make that the whole family can share. Now, these pages are actually doubled over and there's little cutouts. Look at how fun this is. Like I said, it's a great activity book, and that page alone would be a wonderful activity, especially if you're a grandma and you have the kids over during Christmas break. How much fun is this? And remember, it's the 12 days of Christmas. It doesn't mean that just because Christmas has come along, you forget about Christmas altogether. It goes for another 12 days until Epiphany. At least that's how we celebrate. So there is plenty of time to make these projects. And of course, it's so wonderful to share these. You can make specialized cards for your friends. And there's just so much you can do. Look at these tags. What wonderful, unique, beautiful tags. And those are just winter themed. You can use that during the winter time. But look at all the stickers. If you love stickers, if you know someone who loves stickers, there are pages and pages and pages of stickable images that are just beautiful, colorful, sharp images that are just perfect for any style of Christmas decor that you have. I mean, if you need help creating any kind of cards for your teachers, like your children's teachers, they like to make things. Well, just sit them down and you can create cards for each one of your teachers. Put it in a mug with some coffee or tea, and they will really appreciate the extra special touch that your child did by making individualized cards. Again, there seems to be no end, page after page of beautiful images. Look at those round wreaths. You can actually put those on ornaments. You can have a special day of Christmas crafting for creating ornaments. And look at all the washi tapes. It looks like beautiful, colorful sweaters. Speaking of sweaters, they do have some ugly sweaters in the back, but these pages allow you, if you remember color forms, it creates an area where you can make your own scenery, just like color forms. Look at the mittens. And oh my goodness, it's just so much fun. And again, you can make banners. Look at all of the candles. If you love candles, if you celebrate your holiday season with candles, look at all the beautiful, wonderful candles you can stick anywhere you'd like. And look at these beautiful ornaments. How adorable these tags are. Really special tags. And again, images that you can just cut out and place them in a frame. Oh my gosh. And they have snow globes. Snow globes are the it thing for anyone, especially if you love to craft. And this is a wonderful way to create your own, even like bell jars. Look at those wonderful bell jars. Some more vellum and Christmas trees. The colors are so bright, fun, and happy. And it even has a little special section for those of us who don't have a snowy Christmas. There's some sunglasses and there's somebody dancing in a tree, donuts, just fun. Look at this, a tropical Christmas. Yes, thank you. That's what we have. And here are some sweaters that you can actually individualize and make your own. So much fun. And there's even an area for gingerbreads. Wait until you see all the gingerbread letters. Look at this. Look how fun. Mixtapes. Who remembers mixtapes? And here are the gingerbreads. You can make your own little gingerbread banner. These are double-sided, so you can make a banner out of these. Fantastic. Look at that beautiful. Oh, the birdhouse. I love. Here are the gingerbread letters. Just so much fun to really be creative and enjoy this Grabie Holiday Magic book. There's no end to what you can create and what you can share with your loved ones this holiday season. And in the back pocket, there's full-sized papers. Look at these that you can decoupage anything you like. I love that striped one with the gingerbread and that one. Oh, the plaids. Plaids are so in this year, right? So anything that you'd like to create, decoupage, make your own journal, you have everything right here in this one little book, and you can just put everything away and get started. So if you were here for Christmas, I used one of these little, I forgot what these books are called. They're just like little books that you get at the Dollar Tree. And I love the images on the front pages for the front and back of this little card book. I forgot what it's called. But it's a cute little book. I'm just using Mod Podge. Now, in retrospect, I should have remembered to bring out my iron, but I'll be very honest with you, I was rushed. I was making this the very same day of this collaboration, so I wanted to make sure I got it done. So I wasn't very detailed. I did want to make a storybook like I did for Halloween, but I just didn't have the time to sit and create it. But that's not saying that I can't do it in the future. So I might either create a storybook for this storybook or another storybook using these wonderful Grabie products. Now inside, what I usually like to do is paint those pages so that I can use all of the different pages and decoupage the pages to match the paint. Now I remember they're called board books, so that's all I'm doing. They take paint pretty well, especially if you're using a matte paint. It's just fine. You can do anything you'd like. But I do like to coordinate the pages with the different pages that I have, or the papers that I have in the Grabie book. Let's start decorating the inside of this book by decoupaging the different papers. Again, there are so many beautiful papers. And here I'm using the stickers to just create a little scene using the fireplace and a Christmas tree. The hardest thing to do with these Grabie Holiday Magic books is figuring out how much you want to do. There is so much, and it's so fun just trying to decide what you're going to put on each page. Here I'm using one of the snow globes. I'm going to use a little house in there, and there's that beautiful house on the other side, on the other page. And again, it doesn't have to be a storybook. It doesn't have to be anything at all except for what you want it to be. You can create your own journal for Christmas this year. So let's go through all the pages and look at what I created. I love that first page on the outside, on the cover. And as I said before, it doesn't need to be anything specific, and it can just be what you want to share about Christmas this year. Information about this holiday magic book and all of the Grabie products can be found in my description down below. Thanks again to my dear sweet friend Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling. I have enjoyed our friendship so much in the last couple of years, and it is always a pleasure to collaborate with her and join her playlist. I hope you check out her beautiful, wonderful creative channel, as well as everyone who's joined in on this holiday open playlist. Thanks again for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, be kind. God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure and enjoy the holiday season.